Alright guys, hey, it's Sunday, the 29th of January. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. And, yeah. Anyway, so in lines of Chelsea and John being together for like forevers, or a year, or whatever, same thing. Forever and a year, totally the same thing. Anyway, in light of them being together for a year, I think that's totally adorable. But Mackenzie and Alex have also been together for a year. So, in terms of what I've done this week, I helped Mackenzie with her anniversary gift for Alex. And I thought you guys would think it was really cute, so I decided to tell you about it. So basically what it is a little heart-shaped box, and then inside of it are 365 little heart-shaped pieces of paper, and each of them has something written on it, and the whole thing is called 365 Reasons Why I Love You. So I was like, Mackenzie, I'm going to help you do this. So I spent Friday night and Saturday morning / night helping her finish this, and it turned out really well. And, like, I did all the writing for it. She's like, your handwriting's better than mine. So I was like, alright, I'll write it. But we got it all done. And she gave it to Alex, and he loved it. So I'm like, yeah, you better have loved it. I spent forever writing that thing. Gah! My wrist was, like, swollen. It wasn't really, but I like to pretend it was. Anyway, the theme for this week was favorite childhood TV shows. And like Chelsea said, like, there are the basic shows, and then there are the shows we watched, like, constantly. And I definitely think, I don't know, preschool age to, like, kindergarten, my favorite show was Sesame Street. But not Sesame Street, like, the whole thing, only certain parts. And especially Elmo's World. Now, seriously, Elmo's World is seriously, like, the most, like, it is the best thing ever. Like, I still watch it when I get the chance. And I see Sesame Street's on, and it's the end of Sesame Street, I'm like, I'm watching Elmo's World. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Elmo's World. Yeah. Yeah. That's where it's at. After that age, which I apparently haven't grown out of yet, I moved on to stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! Definitely my favorite show as a child. I loved Pokemon too, but I didn't collect nearly as many Pokemon cards as I did Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And I didn't keep them all. I kept most of my Pokemon cards, but I gave a lot to my younger siblings. But all of my my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards I still have, and I still collect them. That's something totally dorky that I still do. And, like, more specifically with Yu-Gi-Oh!, I watched the first, like, season of Yu-Gi-Oh! When they had the duel monsters, like the Duelist Kingdom, and they were going around trying to fight so that they could fight Maximilian Pegasus. Maximilian Pegasus, as they always announced his name. And I have that on DVD, and then I've got the Battle City tournaments on DVD, and I basically watched everything until they got to, like, I don't know, when Yugi was no longer in the series. I don't watch any of the I don't know what the new stuff is called, because I don't watch it, but newish. I only watch the old Yu-Gi-Oh!, like, really. My favorite characters from that show. I love Yugi, because he's just like, my hair defies gravity, and it's pointy, and red, and black, and yellow. It kind of looks like lightning bolts. But I also liked Joey Wheeler because he had this weird Brooklyn accent, but like he lived in Japan, so that doesn't make any sense. And then I liked Duke Devlin. He was like supposed to be the badass of the entire series. Like he was sort of like, I play dice monsters. I have a dice earring. Look at me. I wasn't really ever a fan of Kaiba. You guys are all probably like, I have no idea who these people are, but that's okay. I'm just gonna keep talking about them. Anyway, wasn't really a big fan of Kaiba. I was like, wow, he's a stuck-up little, like, snotty little rich kid. Jerk. I love Bakura, because he's like, I'm all awkward, and I have white hair, and I'm British. But then I have this alter ego who lives inside of a ring who's like evil, and he's Thief Bakura. Yeah. Tristan was just weird. Taya's kind of annoying. She's all like, friendship, guys! Friendship! And she's always like stating the obvious. I hate characters like that. Like, come on. You gotta have some original thought. I don't know. Who else do I like in that show? I don't know. Oh, Merrick. He was like, I'm Egyptian. I'm a whiny little brat, but I'm awesome at the same time, so love me? And I'm like, okay, I'll love you. That's fine. So, anyway, watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ooh, flinging hair ties. Watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, too. Definitely Pokemon. Forever. Like, I would still watch Pokemon if it didn't suck. Like, and not that it sucks, it's just not as good as the old shows. Like, Ninja Turtles, the new stuff isn't as good as the old stuff. Power Rangers, the new stuff isn't as good as the old stuff. I really can't think of any shows where the new episodes are better than the older ones of shows I watched as a child. Like SpongeBob, the new stuff is really violent. Like, it really gets at me. I'm like, how can kids watch this and think it's funny? Like, ugh. Some of it just, once, I like, want to throw up. There was this one episode where, like, SpongeBob and Squidward had to, like, fix Mr. Krabs' house or something. And they were, like, moving the furniture, and SpongeBob dropped the couch on Squidward's toe, and it, like, pushed the nail out, and I'm standing in the hallway of my like, outside my sister's room when they had the TV on, and I'm, like, trying not to throw up all over the floor, and, like, convulsing, and, like, freaking out, because this is disgusting. Like, I don't even like thinking about it. Ugh. I just... new stuff, really, it's not any better than the old stuff. I don't know why they keep trying. Like, you just can't replace 90s cartoons. You can't do it. Other than, like, the basic shows everyone watched, and, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo. Pinky and the Brain. I love that show. Basically everything that was on the WB. Because when I was a kid, we didn't have cable. We had basic television, and that was it. So I had, like, 12 channels. 12 channels. Wonderful. So, like, I'd watch a lot of Saturday morning cartoons. And actually, I remember specifically in, like, kindergarten and first grade, I would get up at, like, 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning and come down to watch Sailor Moon before going to school. Because I was like, I have to watch Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon. Which, of course, I have all of Sailor Moon on DVD. But, like, yeah, I watched a lot of, like, the shows everybody else watched when I was at, like, my aunt's house. Because she had cable. We didn't have cable. So, like, Rugrats and Rocket Power and all of that, I watched that at my aunt's house. And, like, when I was, like, in 4th and 5th grade, I'd stay up to watch, like, Inuyasha and Full Metal Alchemist and stuff on Adult Swim, and I thought I was totally badass. And I watched stuff like Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah. My childhood shows varied, but mostly I watched animated stuff, which probably explains why I'm totally into animation now and, like, anime in Japan. Anyway, I've been talking for a really long time, so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go. And I look forward to seeing what everybody else liked watching as children, in the rest of your videos this week. So I hope you guys all have a great week, and I love you all bunches. Mwah.